Forgiveness. Perhaps it's a word we've heard so often as a Christian, and now we've reached a point of time where we might even say, Father, enough. I don't want to hear this word anymore. Perhaps it's one of those dark spots in our lives, my dear brothers and sisters. An area that all of us are really struggling with. Perhaps it's a burden for some of us. Maybe for others it's leading us to frustration and even depression. And for others it's, I just want to take revenge against this person. Now the good news for you today is that you're not alone, because I think I'm sailing in the same boat with you. I struggle with forgiveness, my dear brothers and sisters. And then you'll sit back and say, but he's a priest. He preaches forgiveness. Yes. But I think we're in the same boat when it comes to this particular area, because we are hurt by the same person again and again and again, and then we're finding it so difficult. Father, how do you expect me to forgive the same person again and again and again? When will this person learn? But that's the challenge for all of us as Christians, my dear brothers and sisters, to be able to forgive no matter what it costs us, without counting the number of times we offer forgiveness to another person. Sometimes when I sit back and look at my own lives, I realize how I am struggling with this particular area. It's easy for me to love, it's easy for me to be kind, it's easy for me to be humble, to be generous, whatever. But when it comes to forgiveness, perhaps that's one area I really need to deal with as far as my own life is concerned. Because I sit back and I say, I'm finding it so difficult. God, give me the grace to be able to forgive. Not that I've not done it in the past, my dear brothers and sisters, but when it's repetitive and the hurt is happening again and again and again, then you begin to wonder, does it really make any sense to forgive? Is the other person really changing? Is there a conversion? And I think it's not so much about the other person, but about me, about you. Are we changing? Is there a conversion in our own heart? Is there a transformation that takes place in our lives? Today's gospel is very clear. The moment we start counting, then we are keeping a record of it. But love keeps no record of wrong that is done against us. Just imagine for a moment, Jesus having a page on where he keeps a track record of all the wrong we've done against him. It never will end. Perhaps all the libraries in this world will not be able to contain the number of books that the Lord will prepare and the number of times we've offended him. And yet, every time we ask him to forgive us, it's given freely, without any conditions, without any strings attached. That's the kind of forgiveness the Lord invites us to give. Now, let me also make this very clear, my dear brothers and sisters, and maybe again, this is where my problem is as well. Our forgiveness very often comes from the head, or rather from the mouth. Yes, I forgive you. But 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years down the line, I'll remind this person, you know what? This is what you said to me 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 1 year ago. I forgave you, but I did not forget about it. That is not forgiveness. That's the kind of forgiveness that comes from the mouth. It's mere lip service. The kind of forgiveness that we need to offer is that which comes from the heart. I forgive you, and I have erased that incident completely from my memory and from my heart. Never again will I bring that back again. You see, the kind of forgiveness we need to have is what Jesus tells us at the end of today's gospel. And this is how my heavenly Father will deal with you, unless you each forgive your brother from your heart. Very clear. And I'm happy Jesus didn't just stop at saying, forgive your brother, because we do that. But it's the forgiveness from the heart that really matters. And I believe if we want the Lord to truly forgive us, we in turn must be able to forgive our brothers and sisters. Difficult as it may be, both for you and for me, I pray in all humility, my dear brothers and sisters, we acknowledge that we need to offer forgiveness, and may it truly come from our heart. God bless, and do have a Jesus-filled day.